Well, we're on the home stretch finishing this airplane. I got the hole repaired, no problem. I don't think I'm gonna monkey with the black stripe, but we'll show you here. Today I've mounted the engine again, and I've got to round up all the parts and cut a spinner and just a whole lot of little stuff to do. So I guess we'll just get to it. Let's change camera views. Yep, the bench is still dirty. Still crapped up. So here's the repair. There's no clear on it, but I'm not worried about it. It's not cleared and sanded, and the black line wasn't repainted. I might just take a ink pen and do the black line and not worry about paint, but it's good enough to fly as is now. So we got a lot to do today, including the fuel tank, because I don't have a 6 ouncer. I got a 6.5, but a 6.5 won't fit. I need to polish that up there. So I guess the first thing to do, this is my last Brian Gardner Super Tiger 60. I'm gonna take a regular 60 and put it back in the Caramba. So let's see here. We got 6 watchers. Very good comments. I know. Yo. Oh, Steve Berry. Good morning. You must be at work hiding out. All right, I have a tank here that's finished. It's a 6.5 ounce. Won't fit. So we're going to build a. Maybe it's bigger than a 6.5. It might be a 7. No, it's 6.5. This is 6 inches. It goes in there fine. So we got a blank here that hasn't been finished. That goes this way. Need to cut 3/8 of an inch off of this. 3/8. And we're going to have to put some screws in there. Let's see here. What do I want to do first? I guess all I have is a shitty tongue muffler left. I don't have a good one, polished one. I mean, I could polish this, but I don't think I'm going to go through the hassle. I got some other polished tongue mufflers, but were through drilled. Somebody has made them with 632s in them instead of 440s, and you got to drill out the mufflers, and I ain't going for that, even though them other ones are ready to go. But you got to see exactly what it takes to fix an airplane. No big deal. I don't know who made this one. We're going to modify it though before we put it on. The first thing I need to do is loosen this engine up. I think we're going to use the carbon spinner instead of this metal spinner because it's lighter. I got a new uncut carbon spinner here. We'll weigh them up, see what the difference is, because I know that this thing's extremely nose heavy. Now I got a drill and tap for a pressure spigot, so we don't want to do that while it's on the airplane. So I'll do that first. I don't have a 632 tap, but I do have a 632 bolt that I could turn into a tap. Okay. Need to change out this Enyett style plug because no glow igniter will fit that stupid thing. Maybe that's an OS plug. I don't know. It's a goofy plug. This is brand new. Brand new. Make sure this is going to work. It goes this way. I'll be damned. This ain't the right one. I don't want to put a tube bumper on it. Yep, that's no good. This must be for an OS. Didn't think I had any OS shit left. Let me see if I can find that purple tongue muffler. I think it's in that drawer over there. I haven't seen it in 10 years, but I think it's over there. Just never know with all the junk I got. Let's see here. So get a water while I'm over there. Got lots of tail wheels. That's good. Come on, you purple dot double. Where are you? Well, maybe I don't have one. I hate to use them other ones. In my engine box, I guess. No. Nope. Okay, that's tools. I guess the engine box is going to be where the... Oh, let's get a water. I know they're not up here. Yeah. We're going to have to get it out of there, I guess. I guess it could be in a spinner box. We'll look in there. Came from my old buddy Ted Weenie Man. Let's see here. Got extensions in there, so exhaust may be in there too. I don't know. What happens when you got too much junk? Too much stuff. This here is a box of bits. And when I mean bits, just stuff that I'm not using, extra parts, engine parts. Well, there's a Randy Smith spray bar. Yeah, I got this tongue muffler, but somebody's drilled the damn holes out. Might as well throw this in here. I'm not going to use that. Yeah. Here's another one. Why would they do that? Here's a tongue muffler, but it's got 632 from the wrong side. There ain't no way I'm drilling them things out. Then you ruin the block. I don't want to buy a new muffler. I guess I can put a tube muffler on it. Oh man, I didn't want to. Wanted to put a tongue muffler on it, but we'll put a lightweight tube muffler on it. So I'm going to be making up a tank today. Oh shoot, I didn't tighten the engine now. Got to get that done before we go very far. Is that a bummer? Needed the damn tongue muffler. These mufflers here are unobtainium. I'm not ever selling one of these. Oh, can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Now I'm thinking it's going to be too nose heavy with this muffler on it, but we'll try it and see. They run better with a tube muffler than a tongue muffler. I think the Vortex is going to need a tongue. I might need to be buying 4 or 5 more tongue mufflers. If you build your airplane too light, you got to lighten up the nose. And I would venture to say that most of you out there don't have that problem. Well, the saga at AT&T, I hope you guys heard that. Leave that company alone. What a joke. I'm to the point in life where if I can't control it, it ain't worth nothing. Shit. Okay, we got that done. So throw this shit back in the pile here. Let's see how this is going to work. We're going to need this extension and this nut because the other nut is too long. Every airplane I build always has a 3/4 inch extension, and you wonder why. Well, you're moving the weight of the motor back. Otherwise, if this motor was way out here, it'd be really nose heavy. Okie dokie. So there we go on that. So now we got this. Come on out of there. Got a burr on it. I've still got to do my generator. So this nut goes with this. I'll throw it in here. So we're going to run this spinner with this nut. Missing a Medusa spinner too. I don't know where the hell that went. There. And I need to get some fuel in it. Gummed up. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but I had a blade come off in my hand on a rev up, tightening it up. And that was on a PA-75. That happened. We'll get some fuel in this and get it started. Okay. Now we don't have any slots, propeller slots in this thing. How are we going to do that? Well, that's pretty simple. I'm sure there's a few of you that struggle with that. This thing has got some compression. So we're going to need to cut this tank down to 6 inches. And I'm going to have to plumb it up. You guys need to get into the swing of making everything for yourself, because nobody's got anything anymore. So I just drew a line on, you can't hardly see it, but because it's a blue pen. Do a line on it with this. I'm going to take it over the bandsaw, cut it off real quick. We'll snap the cap on it and see if it's going to fit in there. Give me a second. that Epon 862 resin. Stuff is so bad for you. Everything's so bad for you. Let's see, I need to knock that off. Okay, we're gonna need to Dremel anyway. We'll need the Dremel anyway. Okay. It doesn't fit. What's the deal? I guess I'm gonna have to knock off that piece of wood there. I know we need at least a 6-ounce tank. I had the Kaz tank in there, and the Kaz tank is when you build these things, when you're laying them out or whatever, make sure you have the tank first. I set my F2 back into the wing, but for the use of my tank, I didn't set it back in far enough. Not, you know, it's only a 1/4 inch, but we should be able to make this work. I had a couple little blocks epoxy to the side there to keep the fuel overflow from turning. I don't want to have to relocate that fuel. That means I'd have to repair the fuselage on the outside, and I ain't ready for that. It's tight, but it works. Okay. You want to make the engine run right. Make sure that the pickup line, Uniflow, and everything are equal from the engine bearers to the spray bar. So here we have 1/2 inch. And here we have here we have 5/8, it looks like. 5/8. So I got to put an 1/8 underneath it. What did I do with that other engine? I know I didn't put it back in the... Well, I guess I can just take it off of this measurement here. So basically, what you're looking for is from the motor mount to the center of the spray bar, which is, shit, it's a little over 5/8. It's close. Oh yeah. Yep, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, because not only that, I always grind my engine bearers down so that you can raise the tank more. The airplanes that I build usually run a tenth of a second faster inverted, or maybe a half, maybe a half a tenth or whatever in run faster inverted. I like that because it gives you line tension. Some guys want to, to run equal both ways, but it's so minuscule you don't notice the difference. Okay, we need to set up a prop cut on the spinner. So how are we going to do that? We are going to get a piece of paper. Paper. Need a prop too. I forgot. We need a propeller. Don't look good. Okay, close enough. All right, let me grab a propeller. Okay. Well, I guess I got one on the stick here. We'll just use one of these. Can't see that for shit. Oh, there it is. Okay, John made me some, when I left that stuff over there, he made me some spinners, some pull template spinners. But I think it's for needle nose and not for classic. I will look anyway. Did I throw them in with my spinners? Probably. Probably. Or do I have one cut already? Nope. Nope. That's a shorty. 1 3/4 inches. Okay. All my spinner junk. Well, there's my Medusa. Let's just use this. I need to change the back plate out. The Medusa is a lighter spinner. Here's a 3-blade. Now we need the end. Here's the end to it. There's the end. Back plate, back plate. Where are you? I don't think that's it. No. There it is. No. I don't have a back plate for it anymore. Or am I using it on something else? Need a 2-inch back plate. I guess we're not going to cut a spinner today. I'm going to use this Medusa because it's lighter. And that works. There we go. Okay, we got the spinner covered. I'm still worried about that tongue muffler being too heavy. We'll check it. Okay, let's put this back in here. That needs to go with the muffler stuff. I don't want to deal with it right now. I mentioned your video. Go For It Painting's got a nice original full-size aircraft video up. Check his channel out. Well, there's that other engine. Set it over here. And this is already painted the right color. So now what we need to do is we need to work on a tank. Let's see how much this thing's out of balance. We know we're going to add a little bit more, but okay. Still pretty light. Yeah, it's, if you look at this when I'm doing this, let's see if I can change camera angles. And we're going to add some more nose weight with the fuel filter and line and still pretty nose heavy. It's balance is about maybe not. I guess it'll be all right. It's about 2 3/4 back from the leading edge. Shit, most of the guys are running their balance point way back here because they're so damn tail heavy. Let's see what it weighs with all that shit on there. I forgot. How much a puppy weigh? A puppy weigh the other one is 53.2 and this one weighs, oh, don't bang it around. I don't want to fix another hole. This one weighs, of course, we'll add a little bit to it with the fuel line and stuff. You dog. This one weighs 54.4, so this one's heavier. That's because of this muffler. And if you think I'm kidding on the weight of these things, I never lie to you guys about weight. Most of the guys will lie and say, oh yeah, it's a 60 ounces. I don't know if you can see it or not in there. Not really. $54.4. Let's do this. I know I can do it if I do it with the other camera and hold it up in there. The other one is 53.2. So I would say this is going to be 55 ounces with this muffler on it, but you know, it'll go down some if I put a tongue muffler on it, which I know I got around here somewhere. Shit, here's spinners and stuff in here. Spinners and velocity stacks. I got all kind of shit in here. I guess it's time to clean this place up. Get everything back where it belongs so I can find it again. Okay, so now let's do a fuel tank. So we're gonna set this aside, put this in the other room. Oh, I gotta get the tank out of it. I need semi-clear work area to do the tank. Yeah. Then we can, after I get that done tomorrow, I can polish this thing up and get it ready to go. I don't know if I'm taking this to Brodak or not, but I believe I want to fly this one an N30 at the Nats. I'll fly the best flying one, but I think they both fly pretty close to the same. Simply Blue. This one has not been to the Nats. Nor has it been to Brodak. Been to Oklahoma, though. That's where it got its first hole in the wing. A guy poked a hole in it for me. You tell me, did that repair turn out all right? I still have to, you know, paint the black stripe and put clear on it, but that repair. Oh, we gotta change camera dangles. That hole in the wing was right here. And this overspray up here will go away when I sand and rub it out. You won't be able to see that. But I need to paint that black line because you can still see the silk span that I laid over it. But the hole was right there. When I sand that, clear sand and polish that, it'll be beautiful, perfect. Looks like I got a bubble coming up on the fillet here too. I need to cut that out and dust some orange in there. That happens from getting it too wet. So, and it ain't no big deal to fix. As long as you got the matching paint. All right. Let's get this, set this aside and get something else going here. We're going to make a fuel tank. Stand by. Stand by. I'm going to have to hunt up the JB Weld. I don't know what the hell I did with it. We'll be working right there. Be working right there. Morning, Roy. Let's see, we're going to need this over here. You level this up. Tom Dixon on Monday night, Brodak will be doing a basic trimming seminar. We're going to be airing that. I'll try to air it live, but I've had such problems with internet, I can't guarantee it. I will record it, but okay, we need the JB Weld. Where is it? Did I put it back? Probably not. Knowing me. Of course not. Is it in here? With my tank stuff? How many guys took advantage of the K&S Metals promotion? I would like to know so I can go back and when I talk to them, say, hey, my guys came through for you. JB Weld, where are you? I guess maybe we won't be making tanks. Shit, I found another muffler. Not a tongue muffler, but another muffler. This is a dinger here. I found another tank. Oh, this is a display. Shit. Yep, found another lightweight tube muffler. put it over here. Okay, where is my there's the JB Weld. The saga of AT&T. What a pain in the ass. I guess when I mix up that EPON 862 today, I ought to make the ought to do this, some carbon fiber for the elevator on the Perky too. Because I mix it in 100-gram increments so that it's easy to calculate. Okay, here we got this. Let's get some tubing. We're going to need some nuts. Thanks to Ben, I got enough tail wheels to last me a lifetime. That's a fuel line barb. 1/8" OD fuel line barbs. Yeah, I don't need them. I need some 632 nuts is what I need. There we go. We got 2. I need 1 more. Oh, got a whole bag of them here. One, 2. 1 more out of the bag. And you wonder what the hell are the barbs for? Well, we'll show you. The nuts, I mean. Got plenty of stoppers. I'll show you the thing that ruined a Cosmonaut tank. And it's probably, get out of there. It's probably not the tank's fault. It's the part's fault. Wrong choice of parts. And I don't know what this filter is, 2 or 4. I'm sure it's for like a soda machine or something. But this here is completely clogged. Whatever this thing is, it's a filter, and it would not allow the fuel to flow through. So I changed it out and put a regular clunk in it, but the tank still didn't work, so I just threw it out. $100 thrown away. But I'm not going to allow it to burn up a motor. So, to alleviate the temptation of trying to fix it and screw around, and possibly kill an engine, I threw it out. And believe me, that was hard for me to do. It was hard. Okay, I need to drill an 1/8" bit. Well, that ain't it. We'll have to put that together later. Anyway, here we go. Drill. What do you think of it? Now, we'll get this one here so we can compare it and not make a mistake. I had a jig to do them holes, but I'm not going to worry about it because this is my tank, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. So take this end cap off. The first thing we want is to drill a hole right here in the top. The second thing we want to do is drill 2 holes right here. One. Okay. Boy, I just love that orange airplane. I love that plane. It does need some more clear, but it's 54 ounces, so it's not going to get any. The extra point that you gain by putting clear on will not make up for the 40 extra points you'll get in flying from the weight disparity, difference, whatever. Okay, so we need this. Need to get this aluminum tubing out. And you guys want these tanks delivered at Brodex, you better let me know now because I'm not bringing any. Unless they're sold. I might bring a 6.5, maybe. Okay, I got the aluminum tubing here. So the first thing I need to do is find the torch and the tubing bender. You say, how are you going to bend aluminum tubing? Well, we're going to anneal it and bend it with a bender. Yeah, I bet you didn't think you could anneal aluminum, but you can. The bender should be right here, unless it's in the tank box. I told you guys about the score I got at the thrift store. Mitutoyo combination square. I paid about $1 for this. I don't think they knew what they had. I bought it with a box. The tubing bender's not up here. It's somewhere else. It's either one or two places. 3 places, maybe. Get this Z-bender pliers out of the way. We don't use them but every 200 years. Get rid of this. Keep tripping me. Because it's gonna trip me up. What the hell did I do at the tubing bender? Oh, it might be in that other box. So it's gonna be 4 places. 1 of 4 places. Okay. It's not in there. Nope. Here lately I've been pretty bad about putting shit back. It's 2 places, 3 places I've looked. Okay, please be over there in that bin. Let's look on this here first. Not there. Not there. Because this is so easy to do with a tubing bender, I don't want to burn my hands. Of course not. What? I got a tank here. Got a 6-ounce clunk tank we can put in the Carumba. I'm not. Six-ounce clunk in the Carumba. Where is the tubing bender? Well, I might have to end the video just to search for this stupid thing. What I need to do is just stop what I'm doing in the shop here and clean out all this crap. Isn't that a bitch? Well, I guess I could try to bend it by hand, and if I can, I'm going to have to end the stream and search for that tubing bender. I ain't buying another one. Okay, let's try to bend it by hand one time. What sucks is I know it's right here somewhere, close, because I used it a little while back. You see? You see? We'll let it cool and finish bending it around the corner. While I'm doing that, I might as well put a new cutoff wheel on the Dremel. You dog. Shit. Most of them have Phillips. Of course, this one, the one that I want to do, is a straight slot. Whew. Don't drop it. How many of you guys are going to Brodak that are on here? Cheers, Go Fast Racing. Anybody says cheers, it's got to be in Australia, Canada. I guess it could be English. Normally I do this with a bender. Depending on how this comes out is depending on whether I can't, close the stream out or what. Oh, it's bending easy. This is the Uniflow. And I need it at 90 degrees. Yeah, we'll get it. There it is. There it is. So at least now I know I can do it by hand. I got warm. Didn't take me long to expect it. I like having this ability to make my own tanks. Shit. I'm gonna open this hole up a little bit. Come on, get in there. You know what? It's got a burr on it. That's the problem. Shit, before I threw that tank out, I should have checked and see how Kaz did his Uniflow. Should have cut it open. I just got pissed. Okay, let's try it again. Does not want to go through there. What's the deal? There we go. There it is. I need to open it up a little more. There it is. Okay, so we're going to come over this way. I'm going to put a little kink in it. There it is. There it is. Now we need an overflow. I'm going to need my forceps too, which I don't know where they are. We'll just cut that off long and then cut it when it's together. Okay, there's the overflow. Ooh, it's hot. It's hot. Now we need a pickup. Need a pickup. Unfortunately, this tank won't be done for a couple of days. I mean, it takes a day for the JB well to dry, then a day for the 862 to dry. So it won't be done till Wednesday, this tank to put in and fly, but we're not going to fly it anyway between now and then because there ain't no weather. It's windy right now. Windy. Let's see here. Where are we at? You can't believe how dark it is down in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to get forceps somewhere they are. Here's a pair. Need to figure out how long to cut this now. Well, that doesn't matter. Now that I think about it, it doesn't matter. What we need is to it doesn't matter. Let's cut this long so we don't have to go through a million miles of tubing to get it in there. All right. These fuel tanks are $100, and hopefully you get to see why they're $100 because they're not easy to make. First off, and Windy was charging $100 15 years ago for these, so the price should be $150. But I give you guys a break on inflation because I don't like it either. And the belt cranks used to be $25 15 years ago, and they're still $25. So no complaining. If you want good shit, you got to pay for it. Okay, so now we need some wire is what we need. Some wrapping wire. Where is it? Here's another tongue muffler, bogus, done goofy. No wonder why I got these hanging around. See, look, they drill through the backside and put them big 632 bolts in there. That ain't no good. Throw that in there so when I clean up, get them all in the same spot. Same with spinner shit here. I got shit all over. Okay, piece of wire. That's what we're looking for. Wire. More back plates. More spinners. Yeah. Some wires. Line wrapping wire. I don't think it's in my line box anymore. I took it out. Got a lighter. That's good. I might run across the treasure here. We got all kind of shit when I'm looking. Yep, here we go. Got the wire. I need to see Melvin Shooty again this year and get another 1,000-foot flying line. Okay, we want this Uniflow 1/4 inch from the back. Yeah, we'll do it like that. No good. Got to go this way, overhand. Got to go that way. You guys can plumb your tanks any way you want, but I've been doing it this way for 40 years and in all different types of configurations, whether it's a clunk tank, a metal tank, and now the carbon tanks. And I have tried other people's methods. Doesn't work. not like this. You get them goopy shut-offs at the end. Okay. There we go. That's how I do it. Pick up Uniflow. Let's see. I'm going to need those little forceps so I can clamp it in there so that it's perfectly in the seam, which I haven't seen them. I think Steve used them last. Yeah, these are some of them. Or spinner shit. These ain't the ones I'm looking for, but they might do. They might do it. They're probably under this pile over here. I'll be back. I'll be glad when I get back to Balsa Wood. You know, the new airplane season's getting ready to start. It starts for me right after the Nats. So if you're not a subscriber, you might want to subscribe now. And come the Nats time is when I start building. Right after the Nats. And we'll probably build 3 more of something. Come on. I got all this fiberglass and shit laying around and it covers up a lot of stuff. Let me throw this in the bucket. Scrap fiberglass. We'll put this in the bucket. Carbon and fiber. Carbon fiber and fiberglass. I got me one of them there free buckets from Hardly Freight. Nope. I guess I could modify these. Hang on a second. Let me modify these. Okay, that'll work. I believe that it will. Do this. Nope, not quite enough. Hang on, let's see. We're gonna put it in this way. We want this one here to be smaller. That probably do it. That'll probably do it. Yep. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, first thing we need to do is get some JB Weld on this joint here. We're gonna have to drill those. I might as well go ahead and get everything ready to go so I can just glop it together. Let's see here. Are these necessary? No, they don't add much weight, but they add an incredible amount of surface area so that you don't break out the tubing of the tank. I used to do this on metal tanks when I made them too. Okay, so we need this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. We'll mix on this, get a stick. Everything's a stick, stick. I wonder how many airplanes I could build out of just my scrap shit here. Not buying anything. Nothing. I think I got everything to build probably 10 scrap airplanes. But the problem with building scrap airplanes is you're wasting your time. If you're going to build an airplane, build it with the best equipment, the best wood. What I'm saying is make your time count. I'm going to have to buy some more industrial JB Weld. Another couple of big bottles. Okay, we'll mix this up. We got plenty of time, so not worried about. Not worried, pressed on time. This stuff takes forever to dry, cure, whatever. And I've mixed 10 times more than I need, probably 20 times more than I need, but better to have too much than not enough. You might have to wipe it off or whatever. Okay, so I need 180 sandpaper. .180 paper. That'd be this one right here. Now, in order to keep the pickup and uniflow from from moving, I JB weld them to the inside of the tank. I've had extremely good luck with these tanks. Really good. I mean, they're the shit. Few guys are running my tanks. So I'm going to go ahead and sand the inside where it glues to the inside of the tank. And then the outside where the cap glues on, but we won't be gluing that on today, but we'll get it sanded up. Just basically knock the shine off of it. Where's that end cap? I'll do the end cap too while we're sanding and cleaning. It's best to take your time when doing this because you got one shot. Otherwise, it'll leak. And if it leaks, you throw it out. Start again. I suppose you could goober on some epoxy on the outside, but I just learned the right way to do this. I need to make a few more of them tanks yet for my reserves. Nobody, you don't want one, you know. The bad thing is I got in on this on the tail end of Glow. Hey, Frog. Everybody's switching over to electric, which is fine, but you're going to find that fuel is more efficient. I don't know how they can sell that brick, that battery. If they could do away with the battery. Okay, that's that. Yep, in my opinion, the biggest drawback to electric is the battery. And when they get that fixed, it'll be a super way to go. All right, so I need to wipe this off too. So the first thing is we'll glue this. So it's kind of belt and suspenders here. It's JB welded and wired. You're not going to have a problem with the Uniflow coming off and doing goofy stuff. Now we got to fish it in there. Okay, that's one. There it is. Now we glue it to the side. Okay, the reason I needed these is to hold this thing while the glue dries. Like so. Now the Uniflow is in the wrong spot, so we will get a piece of 3/32 wire. This is wrong too. There we go. Get a piece of 3/32 wire and move that Uniflow down so it's level with the this is all thread. I don't want to use that. Fuck that up. Just carbon. Yeah, that's carbon. Come on now. Shit. Of course. There we go. I need to start looking in this scrap bin more often. Huh, this is bigger than 3/32. Shit. Yeah, we can use this right here, I suppose. This is brass. That's not gonna work. I used it for tail wheels. I used the next size up from 3/32. So Let's see, 16th is 6250. 15/64, or no, it's not that big. Let's check this size. Could have a burr on it, I suppose. Let me knock the burr off of this. Hey, you frog. Okay, we got a new tool. I think. Come on. There it is. Okay. We're gonna need some pliers. It's screwed up there. Needle nose. Kind of screwed up. What's the deal here, Larry? Well, I got these, but I don't think these are gonna do it. I got them pliers over there, them little tiny ones. So this is what it takes to get an airplane ready to go. No, they're not in there. Oh, shit. It's hot up here. It's hot. I'm getting aggravated. And here's these pliers, but I don't think I can get in there with these. Oh, here we go. Got some needle nose. They're just not where they're supposed to be. Yep, I think the first thing to do is rearrange my tool situation. So I know where the shit's at. There it is. Okay, if you look inside here, you can see the Uniflow tubes. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but you can see the Uniflow and the pickup are lined up inside there. Very important. Okay. We'll check that periodically while it's drying to make sure that it stays. All right, now we need to add our nuts. Need to add the nuts. just use this. We're going to have to rotate that over again. So we'll put the nut on this. Got burrs on that again. Shit. Can't win today. Cannot win. What's the story? Now this is going to flip out of the pliers and fly across the room. There we go. That's one I'll come back and doctor it up a little bit, but get one on there and then we'll do the other one. Let me grind this down, these burrs off. So the nut will go on. Now when doing this, don't put the JB Weld on before you put the tube in, because you'll end up clogging the tube up. Ask me how I know this. I don't see my toothpicks anywhere. Remember, if you'd like to help out with the Brodax, now's the time to get them super chats in before Brodax. And then after Brodax, you'll be helping out with the gnats. And I try to bring live coverage. Tell me else who does that on a grand scale. Nobody. They might do a video or two, but that's it. Okay, so now we got the boogie on there. I guess we ought to boogie up this one too. Let's see if this is going to go on without a problem. Yep. Okay, let's get some goober on this. Is there anybody out there that would like to host one of the nights, Monday or Friday night hangouts? To be just as internet famous as Charles is. Okay, I got the boogie on there now. Now we'll adjust the make sure they're adjusted right. And it's going to lean over to one side. I'd rather have leaning over to one side, but I should be able to pull that back when it's dry. I'd rather have this. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alrighty, it's just a matter of letting it dry now. Yeah. Dry, cure, whatever you want to call it. Thing. And when they're cured, I'll cut the tubes equal and cut that off there. And we'll be good to go. That looks pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. So I can't disturb this, so that's going to be the end of the stream until that cures, and then we'll glue the end cap on, which I could get it done possibly tonight. You know, if I know this stuff is cured enough that it's not going to move, I can go ahead and glue the end cap on. I think it's time for a break anyway. I think it's 2.5 hours, the longest stream I've done in a while. We can go ahead and get the Carumba ready to go too. I found a clunk tank for it. I guess I had taken it out, and I got an engine for it. And that'll be the last one to put together. Then they're all ready to go. All of my airplanes are ready to go. That's not true. The Supermarine hasn't been ready to go since 2007. But it's I got an engine and I could put it back together. I got the Aquavelva bottle for a fuel tank. I could put a cork in it and get it ready to go. So if I sell the one of the PAs that I have, I still have a motor. If I sell them both, I won't have a motor for that one. But you're going to see me at Brodak. Well, all right, great, Roy. Normally I'm the last tent by the tree by the pits. I'll have a trailer and an awning set up. I used to put up a sign, but I ain't putting up a sign. Thank you very much, Roy. that goes a long ways to help out. We're going to see how this new system I got works. It shows some support for Roy. He helped out, but like I say, now's the time to get it in for Brodax. Next month's the time to get it in for the. No, that's not even true too. Oh yeah, next month's the time to get it in for the gnats. Of course, when I'm streaming the gnats, it all helps, you know. We're going to see how this new system works. And I'm just one man band doing the best I can. Alrighty, please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment on the video after it's over. That helps the metrics. Even a thumbs down helps the metrics, but I don't like to see them. It's called engagement. So engage with the video and pump it out. And the more likes we get, the more it will be forced out over the internet. That's how the algorithm works. And the more people will see. I'm trying to grow this channel and grow Control Line. But I only got 4,700 members, I think. And that's probably everybody in the world that flies Control Line. But maybe I need to do some stupid stuff. I don't know. You know, the dog taking a crap on a paper or something. People's minds don't work right anymore. Just like the frustration I had with AT&T. They're I tell you that I watched the guy hang on the phone for an hour. I hung on the phone for 6 hours the day before. They called me, put me on hold. I watched the guy in the store on hold for 2 hours. Then I go to Walmart and a guy starts looking at his phone. I said, forget it. Just give me that and I'll figure it out myself. God, these people are stupid. It's aggravating. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the people of today, their brains do not work like they did in our generation. It's ridiculous. And then when you call somebody, they're in another country, so their education system's even worse than ours, which is nothing. Duh. Idiots. All right. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm done rambling. I'll see you later this evening. 7 o'clock stream. That's 5 hours from now. We'll do something even if it's wrong. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.